For the land of the free.
Welcome, basketball fans, to a very special Veterans Day edition. D.A., take it away.
Well, Kevin Love.
Great attitude. His work inside, a big part of it, D.A. Thanks. Here are the 5 for the Raptors. Siakam at power forward with Gasol at center. Mr. Clutch out there with Maverick. And it's Johnson in at the 3 spot. And for the Cavaliers, Ashman and Love are the forwards. Garland is out there with Clarkson. And it's Thompson in at the 5. Now, Garland. You know, Brent, seeing a player develop, a young player, rookie player, in one season from beginning to end improve so much is really fun to watch. We've had a couple over the last couple of years.
Oh, yeah, last year especially, we looked at what was happening in Atlanta and the finish by Trae Young.
Exactly.
As a top draft choice by the end of the year, what he was doing, 30-point games plus 10 assists a game, the comfort level on the floor, it was off the charts. I think that way very similarly, Kevin, to the year that Kevin Durant spent in Seattle playing for the Supersonics before going to OKC, before Westbrook got drafted and the team moved. Kevin Durant was allowed to do everything on the floor, and the mandate, much like for what we saw Trae Young, is go out there and do everything. Find out not only what you can do, but more importantly right now, what you can't do, because you are the leader of this franchise moving forward, and in the offseason, you know exactly what to pinpoint coming back in the next year.
It's a great answer. And out of bounds. The Cavaliers will take it. Pass to Thompson. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. The Cavaliers shooting their first free throw of the game right now.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throw.
And the technical free throw is good.
Well, last season, Kevin Love suffering the toe injury in the very first exhibition game. He'd be ready to carry the load, but surgery and a long rehab set him back. Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Here's Maverick coming off a stellar performance against Detroit. And after playing as the second, or even, Greg, the third option behind LeBron James, Kevin Love embracing a bigger role.
Give him a lot of credit. He sacrificed stats to help Cleveland win a title. Intriguing to see what he can accomplish when he's set loose.
Maverick, and oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And the Cavaliers this summer selecting point guard Darius Garland with the 5th overall pick. The second-year man, Colin Sexton, already on the roster. Greg, how do you see the fit between these two players?
Well, I mean, both are 6'2". The questions will come at the defensive end of the floor. Offensively, both show great promise as shooters, very scoring-minded guards, reminiscent possibly of a Lillard-McCollum pairing for the Blazers, which could be a roadmap for the Cavs.
Now, here's Garland. 14 points from him the last game against Philadelphia.
His passing, another high point in that game. He made sure it wasn't all about him. He wanted to get his teammates involved.
Here's Maverick. Darius Garland picking up that last basket. Count it.
Now that's the kind of passing right there that makes a difference. Not just in that possession, but maybe on your play for the entire game.
Here's Garland. He's got 6. Got a piece of it. And stolen by Siakam. Floats it up there for Siakam. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And early on, they look great. They've made all 4 of their shots to start this game.
Ball's knocked loose and stolen by Siakam. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Out of bounds. Cleveland takes possession. While we have the time, let's take a look at last season's best transition team. In fourth, the Raptors.
I mean, it's a crowd pleasing style, right? I mean, this club just got out and ran at every possible chance.
For the Cavaliers, Nancy's checked in for Tristan Thompson. And it's Sexton in for Jordan Clarkson. Hollis Jefferson's checked in for Toronto. To the paint. Love kicks to Osman. Garland with it. Inside. Here's Nance. Rejected by Gasol. Here's Siakam. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Now, what a great option he gives them on every possession.
Garland the pass to Nance. For 3, Love. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Nance is just such a cerebral player out there. Does a good job of trying to be a threat with the assist.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Well, just seeking out weaknesses in the defense and then exploiting it.
And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. Henson's checked in for the Cavaliers. Jerebko comes in for Jetty Osman. And then for Toronto, Serge Ibaka. He's checked in for Gasol. OG Anunoby comes in for Pascal Siakam. And it's Powell in for Mr. Clutch. And that one is good. And 11 points for Maverick.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
There's Garland. The teardrop falls in.
I mean, the stroke looks good. He's moving well out there. What a sensational start to this game. Perfect from the field.
From deep three-point range, the long distance 3 is buried. Mavericks got 14 points.
Whoa, he really got his defender on his heels on that one. What a fantastic play, guys.
Garland the pass to Henson. 50 seconds left in the first quarter. Powell with the steal. Passes to Maverick. 6 for 6. He's yet to miss from the field.
Sweet to be a difference maker in the game, and he's been a great option for them on these possessions.
And there's the call on Maverick. That's his first foul. .23 seconds left in the first quarter. And Nance kicks to Garland. Just 5 on the clock. The open look here for Sexton. Another 3 for Cleveland.
Looking better and better from that range is Colin Sexton.
There's Maverick. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. He's got 18.
And that's an example of playing big, adapting to the situation.
Tip of the cap there. I mean, that defense was good. The finish was better.
The offense coming free and easy. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. What do you guys think about the Raptors here in this one?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, that worked wonders for them in the quarter. We'll see what kind of adjustments get made.
Garland and Sexton man the backcourt. Jonas Jerebko out there with Larry Nance, and it's Henson in at the center. That's the group for Cleveland going right now here in the second. The Cavaliers trail by 4. Sexton dishes to Garland. Nance outside. The 3. And another 3 for Cleveland.
And that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
And the Toronto Raptors knew in trading for Kawhi Leonard that he might not stick around. Even after his decision to return to his hometown of Los Angeles, Greg, the Raptors have to feel good about the way it all worked out for him.
Kevin, the first championship in franchise history, and now they set about working their way back to the mountaintop. Some talented young players and quality vets, not to mention an outstanding front office. I think it'd be a mistake to count them out.
The Cavaliers shooting their second and third free throws tonight. When it comes to hustle, effort, who would you put on the floor to get those 50-50 balls that are just so important, and sometimes, with the winner-loss in the balance?
And I watch Kawhi Leonard, and even though he's a superstar player, there's still some efficiency in his action to go and get that ball.
He just never stops.
He never stops. And so, yeah, he might not get dirty, but he doesn't have to because he outsmarts everybody else to get to it. And we have scrappy guys like Marcus Smart and Patrick Beverley who we've talked about as being nuisances on the court. But those guys are invaluable to any coaching staff. And when they have those kind of plays, it just gets everybody going and brings a level of energy back to the game.
It does energize it. You're exactly right.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
Yeah, no stopping him on that play. Sometimes even the taller defenders are helpless to stop him.
Good on that shot, and with that, the Toronto lead is cut down to just 2 points on the bucket from Garland. Down low, trying to get open is Ibaka. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Garland, and the rejection by Ibaka.
The size, the timing of Ibaka, tailor-made for protecting the rim.
And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play. And Cleveland also making a change. Nance is checked in, and then for Toronto, Marc Gasol's checked in for Ibaka. Monday Hollis Jefferson comes in for Stanley Johnson. The Mavericks subbed in for Powell. 2 seasons at Indiana for OG Anunoby, and the 23rd pick of the 2017 draft. Great talk about his game.
NBA ready physically from day one. Still working for consistency with his shooting, especially at the free throw line. But I like his potential as a two-way player.
It's stolen. Fast break Toronto. Here's Mr. Clutch, and he lays it straight in. Mr. Clutch has got the lead up to 13 now for the Raptors.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
6 to shoot. Love, no luck. Toronto leading by 13. Here's Maverick, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. He is on Colin Sexton. The Raptors shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
Well, a great three-point shooting team for many, many years. The Cavs took a massive step backward last season, and their inability to score from downtown really cost them.
Oh my gosh, I just got that.
Yeah, you look at the problems the Cavaliers have had on offense, Brent, second to last in the league in total points a season ago.
Yeah, they just didn't have shooters, Kevin, so really hard to get back into games where you have 10 and 12-point deficits and nobody to drill shots from the three-point line. They were okay inside the arc, but that ability to shoot, boy, that helps.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
Here's Maverick, defended by Sexton. Maverick passes to Hollis Jefferson, and he makes that one. And the Raptors lead by 15.
Pushing the action, getting others involved. He does it time and time again.
Nice to play with a point guard that takes pride in playmaking. It makes you move around just a little bit faster to get open spots.
Here's Sexton. That ball's assist by Love. And that's now 6 points for Colin Sexton.
Love can scan the floor. He's always looking for the late cutter and patient with that decision.
Here's Maverick, defended by Sexton. Out to the right wing. Mr. Clutch, and the Raptors hit again from deep.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from Rain.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
And so it's Toronto.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the 2K. The first quarter for the Raptors was fairly even. At the end of the period, they held a 4-point lead. They just exploded. And that'll about do it as we get ready for the...
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. It's been one outstanding game for Maverick.
And the way he goes at defenders, he is bound to get to the line just like he did there in that first half.
Yeah, almost inviting contact, that attack mentality on full display.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. So the Raptors 5 right now. Siakam at power forward with Gasol at center. Maverick out there with Mr. Clutch. And it's Johnson in at the 3 spot. Toronto leading by 15. Here's Maverick, 26 points for him, and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That one on Love.
Way to attack there and then create the contact.
Especially in the playoffs, Brent, so much can change when a player gets into foul trouble. You see the league ever modifying that foul out rule?
I know that they do that in the summer league where you can stay on the court for 10 fouls as elimination, but it's a technical every time. I don't see the league doing that. I think it's good for the game so that star players or meaningful players, ones that play specifically on defense, they have to have responsibility for what it is that they're doing on the floor. And if they're overly aggressive, you should be penalized for playing.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Gotta hold firm or you're gonna get a call.
Pass to Mr. Clutch. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Count it, good.
Excellent play. Just adding fuel to the fire and really trying to put this one out of reach.
This is what great players try to do. They're not allowing the opposition to gain any kind of hope to try and get back in the game.
Garland with the bucket.
Well, looking into the gaps of the defense there, he's not going to miss many of those when he gets to that range.
A nice shot by Gasol.
That makes 3 in a row to start the second half.
The Cavaliers trail by 19. Now, here's Garland. He's got 16, 14 feet away, off the left rim and out.
Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. So timeout called here, the first for Cleveland. Well, the Raptors' Nick Nurse winning an NBA title in his first season. Greg is an NBA head coach.
The first time a head coach who also helmed a team in a foreign league has won it. Nurse often reminisces fondly on those days coaching in Europe. And this summer, he was entrusted with coaching the Canadian national team at the FIBA World Cup.
Henson checked in for Cleveland. Jerebko comes in for Jetty Osman. Then for the Raptors, Serge Ibaka has checked in for Gasol. And OG Anunoby subbed in for Stanley Johnson. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Rebounded by Jerebko.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate. Yeah, 80%. Is that a good number from the field? I think so. 4 of 5 here shooting. Terrific start.
Mr. Clutch, the pass to Siakam. Count that one as his 7th make in 8 attempts. A scorching 88%.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Poked away. It's 2-on-1. Here's Mr. Clutch. Finished off the break. Mr. Clutch has got 14 points.
You can tell right now the teammates are scanning the floor to find him and feed him. Why not? He's on it right now.
And here's Clarkson. Thompson outside. 5 to shoot. Here's Garland. Another 3 for Cleveland.
He's been terrific tonight, and with a little help from the other guys on the floor, they might be able to turn this game around.
So timeout called here, the first for Toronto.
Think about the Cavs and the 2 MVP awards that were won for that franchise. Of course, that was LeBron James in back-to-back seasons, both in 2009 and 2010.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Nancy's checked in for Thompson. And it's Colin Sexton in for Jordan Clarkson. The Raptors also with a sub. Andre Hollis-Jefferson, he's checked in for Anunoby.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, why settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that?
And it's blocked. But they recover it. Here's Sexton. Another 3 for Cleveland.
Well, Sexton feeling it now and getting it going from the three-point line.
And then in 2013 with Miami, LeBron Brent finished 1 ballot shot, burning all the MVP votes.
We wouldn't see a unanimous MVP winner until Steph Curry did it in 2016. But just as impressive, if not more so, LeBron James with a total of 4 MVP trophies over a 5-year span.
To the left wing. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. For Toronto, they have shot 6 of 7 at the line.
And as a team, excellent a season ago, about 80% when they got to the line.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
The Cavaliers trail by 17. The rebound by Ibaka. Toronto's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed? He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going. Well, this is a gravity game right now. Whatever he throws up must come down. He's having a great game.
Deflects the pass, and the shot goes in from Siakam. Siakam's got 10 points in the quarter.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Now Sexton. He's got 9. The pass to Garland. The basket good off the assist from Sexton. Sexton's got 3 assists in the game. And so it's Toronto in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. We'll get right back to the action when we return. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feat.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
For the Cavaliers, Thompson comes in for Nance, and it's Jordan Clarkson in for Garland. And Toronto also making a switch. Mavericks checked in for Powell. The duo inside, Love and Thompson. Manning the backcourt, it's Sexton and Clarkson. And here's Maverick. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Outside Gasol. Mr. Clutch, the pass to Maverick. And he goes in for the dunk.
That's the guy they're going to keep going to, as they should. The lead's only going up if they keep feeding him.
Cleveland's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the 4th. Pass to Osman. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face.
Resourceful move there. That was not an easy one to convert.
No.
Wow. We are going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special. And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Zizic has checked in for Tristan Thompson. Porter comes in for Jetty Osman. Heights checked in for Jordan Clarkson. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Garland. Raptors also changing it up. Boucher is checked in. And McCaw is subbed in for Hollis Jefferson. And that one's good by Porter.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Raptors.
Free throws were a big factor in this one.
You know, it's always great to get a lot of shots at the line, but the key, they were able to convert tonight. You start making free throws, and it can get you the win.
And so with this, they'll end up with their 2nd win on the year. The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Maverick.
And with all these assists, it's obvious how well that he can see the entirety of the floor out there. If an easy bucket is to be had, he'll find it.
Basket good. Zizic has got 4 points this quarter.
That kind of looks like a predictable shot, one that they want. The defense has to prevent the ball from getting into that sweet spot.
This one for 3. Buries the long-range jumper. 41 points for Maverick.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
Yeah, definitely putting a stamp on this one. A very, very decisive victory for the club tonight.
35 seconds left in the 4th quarter. And the basket is good. Mavericks got 43 points.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, when you step into an opposing team's arena and you can play with this type of composure, boy, that food tastes good on the way out of town.
That one drops for him.
That's nice vision there. You see that pass, you make the feed before the defense has a chance to react, and that opens up a much better opportunity to score.
Takes a 3, buries it from 3-point range.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
Yeah, and the coach pretty smart for zoning in on him and giving him opportunities to stay with that confident play.
And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient.
David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA.
UK Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA. It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
The bustling financial district here in... We are nearly ready for the tip-off, but first, let's hear from our very own David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours. And the game is going global. You're right. Thank you, DA. A moment now to check out who's leading in the All-Star voting.
And a lot of fans and players interested to see how this thing all turns out.
And you look at Maverick. Right now he leads in the East, getting plenty of ballots with his name. On it.
And as much of an honor as it is to make the team, finishing #1, I think is just that much bigger.
And we'll keep you posted as the voting continues. So here's Miami's starting group. Butler and Olynyk, the forward duo. Dragic and Waiters, they're the backcourt. And it's Adebayo in at the 5. In the paint. And for the Raptors. Anunoby and Siakam in at the forward slots. Maverick out there with Mr. Clutch. And it's Gasol in at the center, filling out the middle. Smitty, the increased pace of the game, how does that affect players, you think, trying to get through the season in terms of, say, fatigue?
You know, I think for the teams that those coaches understand, they do a great job of playing 10, 11, 12 guys throughout the season. It usually bodes well. It's those organizations that's going 6, 7, only 8 deep. You see those guys start to fatigue, and any injury, then you really see it shows up on paper and on the floor when you're not a deep team.
Got that bucket in no time at all. 6 points for Goran Dragic.
Good rhythm from deep. Goran Dragic always more accurate when he's shooting under control.
So for the Heat, the last game a loss to the 76ers.
Yeah, I mean, in that one, you really saw a difference in aggression between the two teams, particularly on the boards.
You know, you can't allow that many second chance opportunities and then get almost none yourself. Rarely that works out for you.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Hey, players love competition, and the fans love it as well.
Now here's Butler. Not a good performance from him in that loss to Philadelphia. Pulls up on the wing. Rebound by the Raptors. This, of course, their first chance to play Miami this season.
And they rolled over this team last season, beating them every time they faced off.
Yeah, these two teams haven't changed that much, so I wouldn't be surprised if they run the table on them again.
Here's Dragic. Raptors knocking down the tray. And the Heat, another three.
Mano y mano. This is where it can get a little personal.
Sometimes it's a matter of pride, answering back with a three of his own.
Gasol. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And Miami called for the foul.
And really, Gasol is so talented at using his 7'1" frame to draw contact. Defenders sometimes have no other choice but to whack him.
The Raptors shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. First one falls for.
Where you always have confidence in the Heat organization is at the top. Pat Riley with 9 championship rings as a player, as an assistant coach, as a head coach, and as a team president. He knows how to win from every perspective.
You're right, Steve. You look at Riley's career, most people are just looking to accomplish one of the things he's done.
Kevin, he has a great mind. He's incredibly driven. He understands how to motivate people, and he understands what's important to focus on.
Impressive start here. That's 5 straight makes to start the game.
The Heat trail by 7. Waiters surveying the D. Dragic dishes to Butler. Nails the 16-footer.
When Butler's not challenging at the rim, this is the next best thing. Does a lot of his damage from the mid-range.
That one good for 2. That's now 8 points for Maverick.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they shot the basketball.
Dragic with a wide open look. And the Heat, another 3.
Great job of taking control of the offense tonight. Dragic loves to be the man.
Here's Maverick. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
Defensively, they've had no answer for him this period. And he continues to stay aggressive.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game.
And as fans and broadcasters, we're not permitted to hear the specifics in these huddles.
No, we're left to infer from the adjustments we see on the floor.
Some changes for Toronto. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Gasol. Monday Hollis-Jefferson comes in for OG Anunoby. And it's Powell in for Mr. Clutch. And a new group in for the Heat. Myers Leonard, he's checked in for Adebayo. Johnson comes in for Olynyk. Derek Jones, he's checked in for Waiters. And it's Justin Winslow in for Goran Dragic. Now, here's Butler. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
Good defense right there. But Jimmy Butler, very resourceful. Found a way. Oh, did you see that?
And that one is stuffed right through.
And this sort of
awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. Now here's Butler. Got it. Good job in the low post. Butler's got his third bucket of the night.
And the Raptors took some heat for parting ways with reigning Coach of the Year Dwayne Casey. But his successor, Nick Nurse, guided this franchise to an NBA title.
Tremendous self-belief and determination. The only NBA head coach who was also a head coach in college, the G League, and overseas. He's been preparing for this for a long time. I'll tell you, for a veteran, Ibaka still gets sky high on these alley-oops.
And there's the call on Maverick. That is his first foul of the game. .106 left to play in the first quarter. Butler passes to Leonard. Kicks it to Winslow. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
Didn't really have a clear opening in there, but Winslow, an unstoppable force.
In the corner, Powell with it. The pass to Maverick. Back to Powell. And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession.
You want unselfishness, but you also need to keep it under control.
Johnson, he's checked in for Pascal Siakam. The Heat trail by 5. Butler kicks to Winslow. And again, Miami with the triple.
Well, you know, defensively, that's what they're trying to do to Winslow. Turn him into a jump shooter, and he made them pay.
Johnson outside. Powell with it. Now guarded by Winslow. To the middle. It's stolen by Johnson. Outside, Jones. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Boy, both teams racking up the points to start this game.
And you wonder how long they can keep it going. At some point, you expect the defense will adjust.
We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. You learn about Jimmy Butler, difficult journey to where he is. Boy, you hear that so often, don't you, Greg? Between those lines can be an escape from the outside world.
And in the end, Butler's obsession became his escape. Maybe why he remained so devoted to the game.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far in the scoreboard. And what do you guys think about the Raptors here so far in this one?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
And that has helped them build an advantage here, playing with good focus and good energy.
Hollis, Jefferson, and Ibaka together inside. Powell is out there with Maverick, and it's Johnson in at the 3 spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, over the last few years, there's been a lot of talk about seeding playoff teams 1 through 16, regardless of conference. Now, taking the top 16 teams is a tough sell, especially for owners whose teams are in the relatively weaker Eastern Conference. But taking 8 teams from each conference and then cross-seeding earlier than the finals is something that does seem possible down the road. The reward for fans might be a finals matchup with the 2 best teams in the league. Kevin?
Interesting ideas, David. Thank you. Winslow, wide open. He fires. That's in, coming off an assist from Dragic.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from...
Whoa!
Beautiful. Beautiful.
And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of
flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness.
And it almost feels like 2 buckets coming off the steal like it did.
Waiters outside. Now here's Dragic. He's covered closely. Drills the three-pointer. Winslow's got 15.
Beautiful vision to find the open man. Gorn leading by example.
Here's Maverick. That's tipped. Hollis Jefferson passes to Maverick. Here's Mr. Clutch. Shot clock at 5. The Raptors need to get a shot up. And again, Toronto with the triple.
Give him a lot of credit. He's always looking to be aggressive on the offensive end.
In the corner, Winslow with it. And the Heat, another 3.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
So timeout called here, the first for Toronto. Some terrific NBA players right now out of Michigan State. Smitty, we know that's your alma mater. Which of those guys do you enjoy watching the most?
Kevin, I really enjoy watching all of them because I've got a close relationship with all our Michigan State Spartans. Gary Harris, Draymond Green, Jaren Jackson Jr., Bryn Forbes, Denzel Valentine, and the list goes on. I love because I watch them and I know they're going to come out and play extremely hard because of Tom Izzo and the Michigan State brand of basketball.
It's good. And that's now 10 points for Mr. Clutch.
And that's definitely a shot that he has in his arsenal.
Passes it to Dragic. Here's Mr. Clutch. Makes it off the glass. 12 points for him. Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Yeah, and you look at the lead changes, 6 already.
Dragic finds Adebayo. Now Winslow. Marc Gasol picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Toronto on defense. Adebayo passes to Dragic. Plenty of space. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Dragic has got 14 points. To the wing right side. Here's Anunoby. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Here's Mr. Clutch. And again, it's Toronto converting.
And how about the performance we're seeing from him? Not one miss on the day.
There's 1:54 left in the first half of basketball. Dragic against Siakam. Shoots from the elbow. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Pass to Mr. Clutch. Up and in on the layup. Now it's a 3-point Raptor lead.
He's been a big factor in their offense tonight, making shot after shot.
Dragic finds Waiters. And the foul called on Pascal Siakam. That is his first foul of the game. The Raptors. And so it's the Toronto Raptors with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they... All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. The first quarter for the Raptors was fairly even. They were able to squeeze ahead by the end of the period with just a 1-point lead. They really touched on the... And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half.
And we've we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. What can you say, Mr. Clutch? An impressive effort here today.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
Here's who Eric Spoelstra is starting the second half with. In the middle, it's Olynyk and Adebayo. Filling out the wings, it's Waiters and Butler. And it's Dragic in at the point guard. Raptors leading by 4. And the pass to Mr. Clutch. Here's Gasol. Count that bucket. Gasol's got 7 points in the game.
Marc Gasol is battling. Even with the defender all over him, he kept his focus.
They get a hand on it. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now. These, the new power rankings, they tell a great story. Taking a look at Miami. They sink a little bit here in the rankings. Still, though, remaining in the top 5.
And I feel like Toronto, they continue to obliterate expectations because they found a way to get the most out of the guys on this roster.
Well, when you watch Goran Dragic play, you can tell the precision that he has with his movement and footwork. But as pretty as his game is, he has a bit of edge to him. Very fiery player.
Toronto's gone 7 of 9 on three-pointers tonight. Outstanding mark from long range. Adebayo kicks to Dragic. 90 seconds now into the second half. The 3. It falls for his 7th bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9. And Smitty, as you alluded to with Dragic, he's gotten in more confrontations than you would think.
He's a scrapper and does whatever it takes to win. Reminds me of a little bit of John Stockton with that mentality. But that's exactly the kind of mindset you want from your lead guard.
6 on the shot clock. Connects from three-point range. 20 points for Maverick.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Let him decide whether to shoot it, whether to pass it. He's your catalyst right now.
And you see the ability to rise and fire from mid-range. Oh, and he got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open. And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
In their last contest, guys, he was unconscious from the foul line.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Gasol. Hollis Jefferson comes in for Pascal Siakam. And it's Johnson in for OG Anunoby.
In case anyone was wondering, this is what it looks like when you're in the zone. He hasn't missed one all quarter. Just crushing it here. 80% to start the half.
And there's the call on Maverick. That'll be his second foul of the game. Now here's Waiters, guarded closer. The quick look, no good that time.
Decent look from mid-range, but there may have been a better option for them in that set.
Mr. Clutch. Yes, that goes in. Mr. Clutch has got the lead up to 7 now for Toronto.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist. And Raptors president of basketball operations, Masai Ujiri, not just doing an amazing job in Toronto, he's also had a huge role in the growing of the game in Africa.
Growing up in Nigeria, he fell in love with the game of basketball, and he has worked his way up. Now he's given a hand back, building pathways for others to follow in his footsteps, bringing the development and leadership to the continent.
And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Love the level of concentration by Jimmy Butler on that play.
Norman Powell's checked in for the Raptors. And then for Miami, Jones checked in for Dion Waiters. And Winslow subbed in for Goran Dragic. Now, Smitty, if you were playing today, who would you least like to see coming at you on a fast break?
I think in his prime, it would be LeBron James. Russell Westbrook is another guy I'd be kind of afraid of. I know it'd be a collision. But I say right now, it has to be Giannis because of the force and his jumping ability and the way he just glides to the rim.
Yeah, it'd be a nightmare. You're right. A nice shot by Winslow.
Well, you'll never see Winslow shy away from physical play. In fact, more often than not, he initiates it.
A minute 42 left here in the third quarter. Sinks that one from the post. Howell's got his first points of the night.
And so far in the second half, this has been a different kind of game than what we saw early on.
In this half, a more entertaining one. The pace is picked up, tougher defense, better ball movement.
Johnson, good.
And when it comes to knocking down shots from the perimeter, for James Johnson, it's all about confidence.
Inside. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Ibaka's got 6 points.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Now a timeout called by Miami.
Well, one thing the Heat have been terrific at the last few years, protecting the rim.
The Heat have taken an old-school approach to the center position, choosing physical intimidators over floor spacers.
Siakam is checked in for Norman Powell. Some of the great passing small forwards in the NBA on your screen right now. These are the assist leaders at that position in the past month. Jimmy Butler, fourth.
The passes we've seen some of these guys make from the wing, just outstanding, truly gifted distributor.
Teams benefit so much from having these guys at the small forward position that can pass. It's like having 2 point guards on the floor.
And it's in there. Butler's got the game tied up here for the Heat.
That's a fantastic dribble move from Butler. He's extremely confident with his dribble.
Here's Maverick. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
They are attacking the rim and getting great results.
This is his second attempt at the line tonight.
The Toronto Raptors are an elite defensive group. Reasons why: they're long, they're smart, and they're experienced.
A floater. With that shot, the Raptor lead is cut down to just one on the bucket from Winslow.
So he just has this certain aura about him. You feel like Justice Winslow is going to be a success in this league for a very long time.
Yep, that one goes in there.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Knocked loose. Now the Raptors moving it up. Here's Mr. Clutch, and he drops it in from the low post. And it's a 5-point Raptor lead.
How about that move? You'll see very few players able to pull off. Just sensational stuff. Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
This was obviously a focal point coming out of the break. Look smart when the shots are going down.
And we'll be right back after this. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, you also have the location of the pass. Puts it right where it needs to be, where his man can do something with it.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. So for Toronto right now, Siakam at power forward with Gasol at center. Maverick out there with Mr. Clutch. And it's Hollis Jefferson in at the 3. Gasol kicks to Anunoby. Passes it to Mr. Clutch. Here's Maverick, covered by Winslow. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Siakam outside. And good that time. And the Raptors lead by 4.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
On the wing, Winslow. He kicks to Butler. Floats one up, and Winslow puts it in. Winslow's got 24.
Making things happen in close, that's where Winslow is most comfortable scoring the basketball.
Here's Maverick, covered by Winslow. Here's Mr. Clutch, and he drops in the layup off the glass. 26 points for him.
Man, he's been on point, not forcing things, getting the most of his looks within the flow.
Winslow kicks to Butler. Good, and the nice assist from Winslow. Winslow's got 3 assists in the game. Toronto calls timeout.
For Justice Winslow, the former 10th overall pick out of Duke, he has transformed himself into a Swiss Army knife of a wing player. Gives you a bit of everything.
Waiters, he's checked in for Miami. Dragic comes in for Derek Jones. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Nick Nurse told his team, and he's pushing them to empty the tank. He said, I know you're tired and it's been a tough game, but we can't hold back. If you're tired, come out. Otherwise, I want you full speed, guys.
Thanks, David.
Just a great hustle play there. Energy and passion. This is what you play the game for.
Waiters outside. Pass to Dragic. Releases. And there's another one for the Heat. You know, it's funny to think that not too long ago, Smitty, Winslow was viewed as a defensive special.
And in all fairness, that was not too long ago, like you said, Kevin. But what I like now, his playmaking has improved to where he can create for others, and he's getting more and more confident on his threes and scoring.
And coming down the stretch here, both teams still on fire.
Yes, and if you love offense, you're loving this matchup. It's been a highlight reel affair.
Here's Maverick, and the layup is good. Maverick's got 34 points.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
Now here's Waiters. Defense is right there. It's tipped, and he gets it back to take the lead, and it's Winslow that time on the assist from Dion Waiters. Winslow's got 29 in the game.
Picking up from where he left off, I lost count of how many threes he hit in the first half. Now nails this one.
Here's Maverick, and he goes right over Olynyk and slams it down. Boy, right down to the wire here. Still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, and after all the energy both sides have expended, both teams still hungry for the win.
And the Heat call time here. Without question, Maverick displaying his skills today.
Just killing it from deep. They've got to be all up in his jersey at all times. Give him even an inch, and you're just asking for him to drop another triple on you.
Miami trailing. And here's Dragic. Battles through traffic and lays it in. Dragic has got 13 points in the second half.
Pivotal point in this contest, the determination of going Dragic, it is showing right now.
That one falls. And that's now 38 points for Maverick.
He lives for moments like this because he wants to be the guy to hit the clutch shot.
Adebayo passes to Waiters.
Yes. Athletically. Unbelievable play.
Wow.
There's a certain resiliency to this team, and you're starting to see it.
Well within striking range. Now is when you have to lock in at both ends.
Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play. The Raptors making a switch here. Ibaka's checked in. He throw good. Dragic.
Yeah, terrific and one on that one. Those are the kind of plays, guys, that win basketball games.
And the Raptors call time here. is checked in for the Heat. .151 left in the fourth quarter. Pass to Maverick. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. Good on the first, and that gives them the lead. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 2-point ball game.
And you just knew he wasn't going to miss that one. Not with so much riding on it.
Butler finds Waiter. Now here's Dragic. Offline from the top of the key.
And I'm sure next time he sits down, coach is going to have a few choice words for him with that shot selection.
And you know what? He knows it. You have to try to play within the system or you're going to come away with empty possessions.
Outside Butler. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Defense, what defense? Jimmy Butler was determined to knock that one down.
The Raptors have gone on a tear here in the fourth. They're 8 of 9 on field goal attempts in the quarter. Here's Maverick. He's guarded by Dragic. Now the pass to Maverick. Got it!
That is world class.
Incredible shot with everything on the line coming through for his team.
Butler deciding where to go with it. And Dragic has it in the corner. It counts! And that shot brings them to within just one.
Wow, look at the confidence of Goran Dragic, putting the team on his back.
Here's Maverick. Count it!
And they still have a foul to give at this point.
And the Heat call time here. They trail by 3. 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
And it's do or die time. They need a bucket here to stay alive.
Also, interesting choice to be made right here. You need either a 3 or a quick 2 and a foul.
Now, here's Butler. Defense right on him. Good!
That's the way Jimmy Butler takes it to the hole. Quickness, but with a lot of strength.
Toronto calls timeout. They're up by 1. 15 seconds left in the game. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
So the first one drops, and that will put them up by 2. And so he drops them both. It's a 3-point game.
You have to admire how calm he is under pressure at the free throw line in a key situation.
Looking to tie it up with a big triple.
This is where you want to run a play. Don't just walk it up and heave it.
And an intentional foul there stops the clock. First free throw is good, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 5-point game.
Those free throws are the nail in the coffin, guys.
So it's Toronto winning this one. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but in the end, everyone's satisfied.
I mean, there were some times that momentum shifted, and especially early on, but let's give this group a lot of credit for that stick-to-itiveness in terms of finishing out and executing that game plan.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David
NBA2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Hi, everyone. We welcome you to the NBA All-Star Game. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Clark Pillow.
And you know what? This is probably, Kevin, my favorite date on the NBA calendar. I mean, with the amazing collection of players we have here tonight, this year promises to be an epic event.
Absolutely.
Guys, it always is. I mean, the privilege of playing in this game means so much to every one of these players. I mean, being on this huge stage brings out the best in the NBA's biggest superstar.
A look at the West All-Stars starting group. Anthony Davis is out there with Embiid. Then it's Harden. Then it's Mr. Clutch. And it's James in at the small forward position.
And for me, this is always one of the best weeks of the year. So much fun for everyone involved. Fans, players, coaches. What a blast.
Yeah, the NBA knows how to throw a party in celebrating its game. There's no doubt about that. And All-Star Week is one great show after another.
And Durant isn't just a powerhouse on offense. He also has a great sense of timing for when to block shots.
On deep, sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
And that's getting it done from deep. That's what the All-Star game gives you, the freedom to show your full range.
You know, taking that shot in a regular season game might get you a spot on the bench, but here, it gets you a standing O.
Harden, no good.
And this has become one of the must-see events of the year, which is obvious by all the star power in attendance here tonight.
Well, certainly the Hollywood crowd is on hand, the biggest names from the sports world, music stars. Everybody wants to be a part of All-Star Week.
And so here are the West All-Stars. After the basket by the East All-Stars on the other end.
Hey, we know Harden can score, but he also has great vision.
David Aldridge had a chance to catch up with head coach Frank Vogel. And, Dave, what do you have to say?
Now, he really enjoys the camaraderie this weekend brings. Everybody gets a break in the season. They can breathe a little bit, enjoy the events, enjoy the game. And he said it couldn't come at a more perfect time for his team. They've been grinding all season. So this is the best of both worlds. Guys?
Thanks so much, David. Here's Mr. Clutch. After the basket by the East All-Stars on the other end. Here's Maverick. And Davis sends it back.
Boy, I tell you what, Davis uses his length so well. I mean, a defensive stalwart who holds his ground, and because of his timing and length and athleticism, he's an excellent shot blocker.
Now, here is Harden. Puts up a three, trains the three-pointer.
Yeah, such a crafty move. That's an All-Star game special right there, folks.
That certainly isn't any regular season move. I agree with that. I mean, you save that kind of move for the big stage of the All-Star Week.
Here's Maverick. He has 7. James outside. Here's the pass to Harden. Here's Mr. Clutch, guarded by Kerr. Plenty of daylight on that shot. And it's 8 points for Mr. Clutch.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Maverick gets it to go from 18 feet away.
Not a lot in the way of defense here tonight, but, you know, that's about the norm.
Yep, this game is always going to be about offense, about entertaining these fans as much as possible.
We're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
And the West All-Stars have possession. After the basket by the East All-Stars on the other end. And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
And he's been a gem this year. I mean, there have been so many highlights for him all over the first half of this season.
And I've got a feeling, Greg.
New players in now for the East.
Yeah, a little light on the fouls in terms of what's been called tonight. And that's usually the theme in this game.
I agree. I mean, the guys always play reasonably hard, but they don't necessarily play physically, if that makes any sense. The officials' jobs are usually pretty easy in this one.
Here's Maverick. He's got 11. Durant is out there with Chris Middleton, and it's Nikola Jokic. And there's Maverick, and it's Irving at the 2. So that's the 5 in the game for the East All-Stars. Maverick passes to Jokic. Here's Durant. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic. KD's got his first 2 points.
And, you know, this is something Jokic does extremely well. He excels at finding the open man with quality passes.
To the inside. Gasol's shot is good.
And this game literally has been wide open. As wide open as it gets.
Yeah, both teams completely neglecting their defensive duties.
Here's Maverick, and there's a nice one-handed slam.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Somebody you can count on. He is an extremely reliable finisher.
Shoots from 12. Again, the West All-Star.
Boy, have they gotten hot here in the second quarter. No wonder they're in front.
I don't know if this field goal percentage is sustainable, but if they can stay close to what they've done in shooting the ball, they'll run away with this one.
Simmons passes to Mr. Clutch. They double him with Middleton. Mr. Clutch. Gasol trying to free himself up. That's in, and that's his 4th basket of the night. He's taken 7 shots, a solid 57%. Here's Maverick. He's got 13. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up. Love the connection Simmons has with his teammates. I mean, once the lob is on its way, you know he's going to finish in style.
Maverick passes to Middleton. The East All-Stars check on 2 more.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
The dish to Gasol. And it's Simmons. That time on the assist by Gasol. Simmons got the lead up to 5 now for the West All-Stars. Simmons gotten all 3 of his shots to fall for him. 3 for 3. Lobbed up there for Durant. He can't hit that time.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And, you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
From deep three-point range, a three-pointer is right on target. 18 points for Maverick.
That's a nice play, getting the separation he needs for a clean look.
And you look at him, he's given up an awful lot of size in that matchup, so he needs to have the ability to create separation.
So the timeout taken here, the first for the West All-Stars.
Adjustments are a part of the game, and the coach sees something he doesn't like here.
And you know what? We'll see what changes he makes coming out of this timeout.
Curry's checked in for Irving. The West All-Stars also changing it up. Anthony Davis, he's checked in for Gasol. And Collins subbed in for Ben Simmons. And it's blocked. Pass to Mr. Clutch. Outside, Davis. Nailed from three-point land. Davis has got his first 3 points of the game.
This offense just continues to impress.
Yeah, getting hotter and hotter, Greg, and they're really cooking now. Actually, cooking with gas, and you know what kind of heat that is.
LeBron outside to the paint, and they immediately answer back with the dunk at the other end.
Like the sun rising every day, you can count on LeBron to have his head up scanning the floor and finding. Talk about bringing it.
And how about all these dunks? I mean, this game's been a complete crowd pleaser, no doubt.
I know, I'm loving it. These players are really strutting their stuff tonight. Showtime.
Just great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and then trigger the fast break.
And here's Harden for 3. Cans it from downtown. Harden's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Harden is a smart player. I mean, when the defense isn't right on him, he makes them pay. Love seeing him shoot that pull-up. Nice.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Stolen away, and they're pushing it up. Here's Maverick, and a strong finish with two hands.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Exactly. I mean, when you're running neck to neck, those kinds of mistakes tip the scale.
And not sure what you can do with a guy like that. With his handles, he can just take defenders to school.
And Curry is so impressive. His peripheral vision is what makes him unique, in addition to his ball handling skills. He does a nice job setting up his teammates and knows how to get them the ball when they're open.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. West All-Stars lead by 3. We're going to step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after our half.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome to halftime of the All-Star Game. You're watching an amazing first half of basketball. And it looks like we've got a game on our hands that will cap off this great weekend in style. The East and West.
Remaining in the NBA All-Star Game. Good to have you along on 2K Sports.
Yeah, and I'm looking for the temperature to start to rise here a little bit in this second half.
Yeah, I'm exactly with you there. I think we'll see a little less showmanship and a little more intensity from here on out.
And, you know, the fan voting is what determines the starters in the All-Star Game. Then the coaches will decide on the reserves. But either way, whether you're picked by the fans or the coaches, earning the title NBA All-Star, that's an honor none of these players will ever forget.
On the floor for the West All-Stars, Mr. Clutch out there with Harden. And there's Davis, and it's LeBron James, and it's Embiid in at the 5, roaming the paint. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. Well, Greg, one thing we know for sure, you know that every player who earned a spot on this roster is going to see his share of action. Spreading the minutes evenly, as you've always talked about, is always a top priority for these All-Star Game coaches.
And you're so right, Kevin. I mean, for all the hard work these players put in to get here, I mean, each one deserves a chance, if you will, to share the spotlight. It's one of the great things about the All-Star Game.
Knocks it loose. Here's Mr. Clutch, and the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
Here's Maverick. He's got 34. The shot's good. Maverick's got 6 here in this quarter.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
Devin Booker, he's checked in for a big group substitution here for the East. Randall's checked in for Jokic. Porzingis is coming in for Chris Middleton. Irving's checked in for Devin Booker. The Mavericks subbed in for Steph Curry. They throw good. Damian Lillard.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
100% since halftime? Come on now. I'm not sure this lead's going away anytime soon with that kind of marksmanship.
And he's had an excellent performance overall from the field.
Poke loose. Outside Leonard. Clock at 6. Such a wide open look. Leonard's got 5 points so far. Leonard's gone 2 of 3 from the floor. From deep. Good on that shot, and with that, the West All-Stars lead is cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Maverick. And here's Lillard. He brings it up for the West All-Stars. launches it. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. 12 points for Damian Lillard.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
Adjustment time for these guys. The defense has to make some adjustments.
Hey, guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
He dialed that one up from long distance. Mavericks got 48.
Oh, that's a real nice-looking deep three ball there.
Lillard with it. He's picked up by KD. High post shot. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
And there's the call on Maverick. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus. We'll go to the line to shoot 2.
And not the guy you want to send to the line. He has been automatic.
Lillard is really a force of nature. I mean, an incredible talent who torches just about everybody with his scoring ability.
Here's Maverick.
Wow, what a way to finish up the quarter.
That's an impossible shot, man, even when you don't have the clock to worry about.
Don't go anywhere. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery.
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
Well, we're back on a night that's always a highlight of any NBA season. We're live from the All-Star game.
And, you know, you always look forward to this game, and this one certainly has lived up to the billing so far.
There is not another show in sports quite like the NBA All-Star game, is there?
You've got Maverick. Durant is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Irving. And it's Middleton in at the 3 slot. It's the 5 out there for the East All-Stars. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the East All-Stars.
Their defense has been outstanding, closing out on shots and blocking a few as well.
You know, one other area they're doing well in is steals. I mean, they've knocked the ball loose a number of times and been able to track it down after the fact.
And not as many turnovers as we often get in this game. So good to see both teams taking care of the ball.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, surprisingly, very well controlled for the most part. Sometimes things get a little wild out there, but not so here.
That one goes in. 22 points for Mr. Clutch.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Well, you don't want to give him any open shots at this stage. Never mind a layup. Come on now. My goodness.
And some changes here for the East. Jokic comes in for Porzingis, and Curry subbed in for Irving. The West All-Stars also changing it up. Joel Embiid comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Anthony Davis in for Leonard.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And that's terribly demoralizing for a defense, guys. I mean, they know he's going to keep coming and coming and coming, and that they may not have an answer for it.
Here's Jokic, and Jokic throws it down.
Nice to see Jokic running the floor like this because he makes himself a big target in transition.
Lillard against Curry. Lets it go from 14. And Davis throws it down.
And when he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
And you know, those second chance opportunities can be game changing. He represents so much value to this team because of what he does.
James finds Embiid, loads it up for Davis, and it's Davis with the jam.
You know, for a big guy, Joel Embiid's floor awareness is pretty impressive. He does a pretty good job of finding open guys.
Here's Maverick, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Way to attack there and then create the contact.
Really, as close as you can get to an and one right there. He almost had it.
James Harden, he's checked in for Lillard. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Pass to Embiid. Good work there as it goes.
Boy, a large frame and nimble feet and great strength allow Embiid to be bully balling guys down low.
And he jams it with authority.
Well, this night is all about the entertainment value. In terms of that dunk, definitely entertaining.
Yep, and he's hearing it from the crowd. I mean, it's going to be really hard to top that one.
Passes it to Mr. Clutch. Good, and the assist goes to James. James has got assist number 5 here tonight.
And with that three, his second of the half, he's equaled his total from before the break. How about using the rim to get some true hang time?
You know, he just wanted to make sure the landing was softer than the takeoff.
Yeah, right. I don't know how much weight that carries, Kevin.
The three from Harden. Drills it from outside.
This is not unfamiliar territory for Harden. He is used to being the go-to guy, especially when his team needs a big hoop.
Bucket is good. 70 points for Maverick.
And that's an example of playing big, adapting to the situation.
And sometimes that's the best policy when you're going up against a big guy. Take it to the 10, right at him, get to the rack.
Count that one, and the East All-Stars lead has been cut down to 3 on the bucket from LeBron. Here's Maverick, banked in off the glass.
Excellent feed from Steph Curry.
And the West All-Stars have possession. And here is LeBron.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. My goodness.
Oh, and the crowd goes crazy after seeing that finish.
Yep, a throwdown appropriate for the occasion. That's how to get these fans revved up and excited.
And now that's what these people came to see, just punishing the rim.
Boy, that was tremendous. That one will be worth some points in the dunk contest.
Timeout called here. The West All-Stars decide to talk it over. They're behind by 5. There's a minute for, and the East All-Stars with some changes. Al Horford is checked in for Jokic. Russell Westbrook comes in for Chris Middleton. The Mavericks subbed in for Kevin Durant. The West All-Stars also with the sub. Leonard's checked in. .105 left to play in the final quarter. Curry on the wing. It's stolen by Davis. Here's Leonard. Good! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Oh, it's not easy trying to guard Leonard inside. I can tell you that, guys. I mean, he's so good at using his body to get shots up over the defense.
Here's Maverick, guarded by Harden. Fires the 3. Hits the three-point bomb.
Well, he's been doing it all night. Why not go back to it?
And no let-up in him either, guys. I mean, he wants to continue to expand that lead, and as long as he's the one taking the shots, that lead's going to expand. And you know the ball's going to Harden when the game's tight. Terrific at delivering and producing down the stretch.
Timeout called. East All-Stars. They're in front by 3. 29 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Mr. Clutch, he's checked in for the West. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. They double him with James. Down low, Embiid with the steal.
Looking to tie it up with a big triple.
Don't want to force it, though. Still need to get a quality look. Well, they're having major trouble dealing with LeBron.
And they commit an intentional foul. It's another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
No, you got to foul. I mean, it's going to come down to free throws here. Foul right away.
Gets the first, and that will put them up by 2. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
Yeah, how about the nerds there? Those free throws put them in a very good position. 3 points clear.
Timeout called here. The West All-Stars decide to talk it over. They trail by 3. There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
And if you can get a 3, shoot it. Otherwise, get the quick 2 and a foul.
Either way, they got to score the ball.
Inside, Harden. Yes! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
Man, they're getting a fantastic effort from James Harden right now.
And they need to stop the clock, so there's a foul. He drops the first one, and that will put them up by 2. Second one is good. Being both at the line, and it's a 3-point game. Kicks it to Davis. He dishes it to James. Can't get the 3 to fall. And there's the triple. A big three-pointer, but we might have a review here. And the last shot is going to be reviewed. Ruled originally a basket. We'll see if it gets overturned, which would end the game. However, if it is ruled good, we'll be heading to overtime. And no, the basket is waved off. The game is over.
And how heartbreaking do you think that is? You just nailed a fantastic buzzer beater, and then the rug gets pulled out from under you when the call gets reversed.
So it's the East All-Stars taking the W in a close one.
And guys, while the result and the bragging rights go to the East, this was truly a night that belonged to the fans. I mean, it was another great showcase of the world-class talent across the NBA.
It seems to get better and better every year, doesn't it, Greg? Huh? So fun to watch. It was certainly a fun evening. That's a look at our setting tonight. The picturesque city of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. This is Kevin Harlan with Hall of Famer Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, giving us the rundown from the sideline courtside, David Aldridge. Only 5 games left in the season. Let's quickly take a look at how the playoff field is going to stack up out east. You take a look at the Raptors. Not a surprise, really, to see them sitting there in the #1 spot in the conference. The excellent brand of basketball they've been putting on display lately has been terrific. And, of course, the Bucks, 4.5 games behind.
And I think for Milwaukee, they're one of those teams that hasn't quite figured it out this year. A lot of talent, a lot of heart, but nothing to put them up on that next level.
You know, it's got to be frustrating for them, Greg. You can't dwell on the past. You've got to think forward, work together, and play for one another.
Now let's send it down to David Aldridge, standing by from the sidelines. David?
Well, almost all of the Greek Freak's points come in the paint. Giannis said, I can already do a lot of damage, basically without a jump shot. Just driving, making plays, and free throws. When that jump shot comes, it's going to be a problem for a lot of players in this league. Kevin?
You're right, D.A. It'll be scary. Thanks. Well, every year, Doris, despite the expert predictions, there are always big surprises, some things that come out of the blue. Boy, they're fun to watch.
We tend to use that word expert lightly because you never know, despite collections of talent, who's going to work well together? Who develops their chemistries? What injuries play a part in a particular season? Are there mid-season trades that sort of maybe change the chemistry and the makeup of a particular roster? So, listen, predictions, take them with a grain of salt. You never know how an NBA season might play out.
And that's why we love the regular season so much. Long, yes, but so many different twists and turns along the way.
No doubt.
Let's check out Toronto's starting lineup. Anunoby and Siakam in at the forward slots. Mr. Clutch out there with Maverick, and it's Gasol in at center, locking down the middle. And for the Bucks, Matthews and Middleton, the 2 wings. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. And it's Bledsoe in at the point. And the layup's good off the glass.
Boy, guys, I don't know who feels the contact more, Bledsoe or the defender.
Passes to Mr. Clutch. Here's Anunoby. Outside for Gasol. Hits the jumper in space.
I'll tell you, you size up the defense, you know when to rise and fire and to catch and shoot. Marc Gasol doing work.
Antetokounmpo looking it over. Got a piece of it. Here's Anunoby, defended by Middleton. Anunoby passes to Gasol. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Well, Marc Gasol will never back away when he's got that kind of interior position.
Here's Bledsoe, and he uses the glass on the layup. Bledsoe's got his second basket of the night.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
And so it's Matthews with it, bringing it up now for Milwaukee.
And it seems like every team is in search of the, quote, power wing. The guys that have the quickness to defend on the perimeter and the strength to battle inside. OG Anunoby certainly fits the bill.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
The Raptors have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. There's Mr. Clutch. He's covered by Matthews. And there's the pass to Siakam. Here's Anunoby. And again, it's Toronto converting. And a 7'2" wingspan for Anunoby. He's got the reach, Doris, of a big man.
He does, Kevin. He also has the strength of a big man, but he's got the versatility defensively to guard across 4 positions. It's about finding consistent minutes for OG because the potential is there, Kevin.
passes to Maverick. The tray drains it from beyond the arc.
Talk about hitting the ground running. 4 for 5 to start.
For Milwaukee, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Now here's Bledsoe. Not a lot of room and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Yeah, Bledsoe with the kind of strength and wingspan that can cause trouble inside. Draws the foul there.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And his percentage at the line last season, right at the 75% mark.
And the first one drops.
One thing we never questioned was the talent of Eric Bledsoe. What you love about what he has done now, he's shooting the ball better. He's become a more efficient player.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Daniel Tice comes in for Brook Lopez. And it's Hill in for Matthews. And Toronto also making a switch. Ande Hollis Jefferson, he's checked in for OG Anunoby. That misses, so he splits the free throws.
And Toronto choosing their team name back in '94. The fans helped them narrow it down, and with dinosaurs all over the silver screen, it helped tilt things towards the Raptors.
And we all remember those early uniforms, those giant velociraptors across the front. Fortunately, they've toned it down a bit since then. Boy, you look at all the athletes on this team. How about Pascal Siakam? This guy may be the fastest power forward in the NBA. And if you couple that with ball handling, this guy is tremendous in transition.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Lopez, he's checked in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Brown comes in for Chris Middleton. And it's Pat Connaughton in for Eric Bledsoe. Throw good, Siakam. And the speed and quickness of Siakam, not just an asset in transition. Doris defensively, he is something special.
There is no doubt at 6'9", but he's got a 7'3" wingspan. Siakam's combination of length and mobility, tailor-made for the modern NBA.
Got him with the pump fake, savvy move right there.
You know, that poise, he's just undeterred by the D. Lopez with the nice touch, getting right through the resistance.
Toronto's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Here's Hollis Jefferson. We've got 1:55 left here in the first quarter. 2 points, that one goes.
Man, this guy is a scoring machine. I mean, I know I'm not the only one to describe him that way.
Here's Connaughton, guarded by Powell, and Tice gets it to go.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
1:25 left here in the opening quarter. Siakam passes to Maverick. Just 5 on the clock. And now the fast break. Hill with the ball. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Well, out in transition, George Hill knows the spots he needs to get to. Terrific job on the finish.
It's Powell on the wing. 55 seconds left to play here in the first. Pass to Hollis Jefferson to the left side wing. Here's Maverick. And again, Toronto with the triple.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Outside Hill. Up top Brown. It's deflected.
Wow, fantastic to see Hollis Jefferson hit it twice on the pipes. Extends out and sends it back.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
The finish in transition, nice and easy.
For Toronto, they have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line. And Toronto making a change here. Johnson's checked in. The free throw drops for Powell.
Well, one thing there's no question about is that Norman Powell is a gifted athlete. Now it's about rounding out that game, particularly his shooting.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And there's the feed to Lopez. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. 7 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Maverick, and he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter. Toronto ahead as they wrap up the first quarter with a huge surge, an 18-7 run. And we'll get going after this from Milwaukee. Already a superstar, Antetokounmpo talked about how much more he can improve. I think he's already a top-5 player. With his skill set and physical tools, he can be an all-time great.
He's shown the dedication. I think he's only going to get better.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And guys, what's your take on Toronto so far?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
What terrific work at the offensive end. They have built some early momentum here.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play on the court for the Bucks. They've got Robin Lopez, Daniel Tice out there with Brown. Then there's Hill, and it's Connaughton in at the 2. Baca against Lopez. 6 to shoot. Here's Maverick. He's guarded by Hill. Good on the three-point shot.
Timeout.
Mavericks got the lead up to 11 now for the Raptors. Doris, you graduated as your college's all-time assist leader. Talk about some of the key traits of a great playmaker.
I think historically speaking, when we think about great lead guards, Kevin, we talk about unselfishness, vision, patience. Who are the players that make their teammates better? Probably the one underrated aspect of a point guard to me, Kevin, is communication. Are you constantly looking for opportunities to communicate to your teammates, make them feel good about themselves, give them confidence? That, to me, is probably the most underrated aspect of it.
And Doris, when you played, you took such great pride in each and every one of those things.
I did. I love trying to make my teammates better. It feels great to make somebody feel good.
And sometimes from the outside, not always clear what led a coach to call for a timeout.
And as you know, it's what comes after that gives you some sense of what has changed.
Platoon swap here for Milwaukee. Raptors also changing it up. Marc Gasol's checked in for Ibaka. OG Anunoby comes in for Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. And it's Mr. Clutch in for Norman Powell. Bledsoe finds Giannis. He's on target from 8 feet out. Toronto leading by 9. Pass to Anunoby. Here's Mr. Clutch. Lays it up off the glass. Mr. Clutch has got his first 2 points of the night.
Well, OG Anunoby is going to continue to develop his game, and that pass, that was pretty.
Here's Lopez. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. Lopez has got himself on the board with 3 there.
You know, we talk all the time about how important it is to have bigs who can stretch the floor. An example there.
Mr. Clutch, the pass to Anunoby. Tries from 7. Whistle blows. Bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
And the muscle that Anunoby possesses, fantastic at gutting it out through contact and finishing.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And not the guy you want to see at the line too often. Season numbers has him in the bottom tier of the league.
Bucks trail by 11. Giannis left side. And onto Tacumbo, slams it in.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. I don't mean style points. The pass to Maverick. 13 feet away. The rebound by the Bucks. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
Hey, they had their opportunities, but let's face it, they choked from the line. Hard to win that way on the road.
Well, you know this, Greg, because you played in the NBA. You've got to stand in and deliver from the free throw line, even in a tough environment, and they failed to do so.
Well, the evolution of Brook Lopez continues as he is now a premier stretch 5. His three-point shot continues to get better and now a huge part of his arsenal.
And it's Bledsoe off the drive. Good on the bucket. Bledsoe's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
That's one of the things about Bledsoe. That lightning-quick first step makes him almost impossible to stay in front of.
Here's Mr. Clutch. Score the basket, his 2nd of 2 attempts. And Lopez bold enough to give himself a nickname.
Yeah, well, what was it? Splash Mountain or something like that. I guess he's earned it with the work he's put in on his outside shooting. More and more centers these days shooting the 3-ball.
Here's Anunoby. He's got 5, and there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
The Raptors making a switch here. Siakam's checked in. Here's Giannis. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high-percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Middleton against Siakam. And Toronto turns it over again. Here's a look now what's coming up for the Milwaukee Bucks. On Saturday, they'll defend home court against the Orlando Magic. And then on Saturday, they'll tip off a road trip in New York where they'll take on the Knicks.
And that game against the Wizards, that's a contest that could easily go either way. Small mistakes could be the difference, and both teams will need to be at their best.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Robin Lopez is checked in for Lopez. Daniel Tice comes in for Chris Middleton. And it's Hill in for Wesley Matthews. And it's blocked. 1:27 left to play in the first half. Mr. Clutch, the pass to Hollis Jefferson. There's Mr. Clutch, covered by Giannis.
Well, that's about court awareness. Hollis Jefferson playing very well within the confines of this offense.
Outside Hill. Poked away. And here comes the break. Finished off the break. And it's a 6-point Raptor lead.
Well, I absolutely love the way this guy has controlled the pace tonight. They've been able to play the style they want.
Here's Giannis. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. Bledsoe's got 3 assists in the game.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Siakam outside. And there's the call on Giannis Antetokounmpo. That's his, and some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. The Raptors out in front. They're up by 5. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Coach Mike Budenholzer. Coach, probably not the defensive effort you were hoping for thus far.
Yeah, no, our defense isn't where it needs to be. I think they're getting open looks. We're overshifting, and then we're not committing to shooters. It's not a very good defensive effort so far.
Mike, thanks very much for your time. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the 3rd quarter. See you in just a bit.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Program. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. It's Toronto with the advantage at the half. They have a 5-point lead. Kenny?
Well, it's always a little bit of a challenge playing on the road, but they came in mentally prepared and physically prepared. The energy in the arena was fierce, but they didn't cave in.
And now, Shaq, let's get your opinion on Milwaukee.
Well, as we know, it's always a good idea to pound the ball into the paint. So many defensive game plans are focused just on stopping the 3. When you hurt a team down low, they got to react. That allows you to play inside out. Trust me, I have the blueprint. I own the blueprint. I created the blueprint. Inside, kick it back out, shoot the 3. Rick Fox, Big shot, and big shot. Bob for 3. The crowd going crazy. I know you remember that, Ernie.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back. Kevin Harlan. Go. Go over there.
And as we get into this 3rd quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. It's been one outstanding game for Maverick.
And you know he's going to put up points every time out, but boy, he made it look so easy in that first half.
And let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
Raptors leading by 5. So the Raptors 5 right now. Siakam at power forward with Gasol at center. Maverick out there with Mr. Clutch. And it's Anunoby in at the 3 spot. Drills it from outside. That's now 8 points for Siakam.
If you're going to be a power forward and lead today, you've got to be able to stretch the floor. Pascal Siakam with range.
Bounce pass from Bledsoe. Here's Matthews. No good. Shot missing. And Toronto will go the other way with it. They've led by as many as 11 points. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. And the shooting guard, Wesley Matthews, a terrific defender who has no hesitation, Greg, in taking that long 3.
A pretty good combination. Weathered an Achilles tear back in 2015, but has remained a steady rotation player.
Shots good by Bledsoe.
Well, I'll tell you, he's shooting with confidence right now. Eric Bledsoe off the catch and shoot doing work.
Here in this 3rd quarter, just over a minute play. Pass to Anunoby. Lets a floater go, and he lays it up and in. Anunoby's got 7 points in the game.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
And the double up on Antetokounmpo. And stolen by Siakam. Pushing it up. Here's Mr. Clutch. And
it's good. It's good. Shooting 1.
And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
A little artistry in the painted area, converting against the size.
Some guys just relish the challenge. Find a way, and he does.
No doubt passing is a premium for this team game of the NBA. We love the individual star power, but it is a team game. Are there any playmakers out there that don't get Doris, you think, enough credit for all that they do for their team?
Well, the first guy that comes to mind is a man that Steve Kerr described as probably the smartest single basketball player he has ever been around, and that's Andre Iguodala. The numbers in terms of his scoring, obviously not eye-popping, but his incredible defense and then his elite passing skills have been so critical to so many championship teams.
And there's the call on Maverick. That's foul number 2 for him. Remember the time, Doris, when it was rare to see stars changing teams? Now we read about it every day.
No question, Kevin. Think back to my formative years watching the NBA as a fan. Larry Bird was a Boston Celtic. Magic Johnson was a Los Angeles Laker. The trend in today's NBA is that shorter player contracts, more player control over where they want to be. And the reality is this, Kevin, at some point, free agency entered the equation. It's appropriate, it's fair, they've earned the right to choose where they play.
Milwaukee shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game.
Yeah, and fairly decent a season ago, about 77% from the line.
Raptors leading by 8. In it goes for the 8th time in 10 tries.
Wow, 5 straight buckets coming out of half. They are rolling.
And the foul called on OG Anunoby. That's his first foul. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for the Raptors. And so it's Milwaukee with it. Near the three-point line, it's Bledsoe. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in.
80% shooting to start the third, 4 for 5.
They double in with Middleton. Wasted no time on that one. Mavericks got 4 points this quarter.
In the mid-range, rarely the hallmark of efficiency in today's NBA, but it is on point tonight.
Pass to Bledsoe. Three-pointer. And again, Milwaukee with the triple.
Eric Bledsoe has length, he's got explosiveness, and he's got a knack for scoring.
Feeds to Ibaka. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And the Raptors lead by 9.
How about the timing? Could be the difference between an assist and a turnover. Nice delivery.
Passes it to Antetokounmpo. Outside for Bledsoe. From deep. It's good again, and an excellent 7 for 8 shooting night so far.
And really the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Here's Anunoby. He has 7. Shot clock at 6. Lob pass to Gasol. Lopez with the steal. To the middle. Here's Giannis. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Eric Bledsoe's court vision is probably underrated. What a pretty pass.
So timeout called here. The first for Toronto. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. The Bucks also changing it up. Giannis Antetokounmpo's checked in for Sterling Brown. And it's Pat Connaughton in for Eric Bledsoe. And then for Toronto, Pascal Siakam comes in for Marc Gasol. The Mavericks sub in for Norman Powell. Here's Hill. Yep, it counts.
Well, that's strength and savvy from the veteran George Hill. Despite the defense's best effort, he does a great job finishing.
Daniel Tice out there with Robin Lopez. Then it's George Hill, and then there's Antetokounmpo. And it's Connaughton in at the shooting guard. That's the group for Milwaukee right now.
And there is no better way to add to the lead.
Isn't that true, GA, especially when the slam is coming from the point guard?
That's got to be a little bit deflating to the defense, guys. Getting kicked when you're down, my goodness.
The pass to Tice. It's back to Hill. Makes it off the glass.
I'll tell you, George Hill doesn't get nervous just because he's outsized. I love his aggressiveness in the paint.
Here's Maverick, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. The first one falls, and the Bucks with some changes. Lopez, he's checked in for Lopez. Chris Milton comes in for Daniel Tice. And Wesley Matthews subbed in for Pat Connaughton. And Toronto also making a switch. Anunoby's checked in. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
And how about the initiative there from Antetokounmpo? Excellent at seeing lanes to the basket and then just taking advantage.
Free throw good. Giannis.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Here's Maverick. He's guarded by Hill. Pass to Maverick. Five on the clock. Down it goes, jamming that one home.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. Giannis outside. Lets it go from deep. Connects from three-point range. Antetokounmpo's got 13 points in the second half. Here's Maverick. He's guarded by Hill. Here's Maverick. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Big hops from the backcourt.
Oh, absolutely. And maybe just what they need to get this game, GA, going in their direction.
Boy, as tight as this one is, that's a statement play saying, hey, listen, we're not here to back down from you guys.
Eric Bledsoe's checked in for Hill. Deft touch on the alley-oop.
Oh, and just a soft touch on both ends of that pretty alley-oop.
I got to say, when he threw the pass, I didn't know where it was going. Here's Maverick. High post to Baca. Lopez over to help. Here's Maverick. And the rejection by Giannis. Toronto needs to get off a shot. Here's Mr. Clutch. Drills the three-pointer.
And you can feel the excitement in the building. Both of these teams pouring it on.
There's been a bit of a flurry here late, and this game may come down to which side gets a stop or two.
The wide open look here for Lopez. Good, and the assist goes to Giannis. Antetokounmpo's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. And the Raptors call time here. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Maverick.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Nick Nurse told his team. He said, keep grinding. We're in good shape. Things aren't always going to go perfectly. Don't let that slow you down. Let's just stick to what got us here. Kevin, we'll see if they can build on this lead.
Thank you, David. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Here's Maverick. And shot on the way. Here's Siakam. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That's on Brook Lopez.
We have seen Pascal Siakam's confidence improve dramatically. This guy is becoming a problem as a scorer.
Marc Gasol's checked in for Serge Ibaka. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 5-point game.
Yeah, two-possession game now after knocking both of those down.
And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for the Bucks. And the jam by Antetokounmpo.
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space. And that one misses.
And really, the ceiling for Antetokounmpo is limitless. I mean, he has the potential to be a Hall of Famer one day.
The shot's good from Gasol.
Well, Marc Gasol has done this a time or two, and that's a big-time delivery.
Bledsoe left side from outside the arc. But they get it back. Here's Lopez. Yep, that one goes. Lopez has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Lopez loves this pressure. He thrives in moments. He shows his greatness. Nice shot.
This is it to Mr. Clutch. He feeds it to Gasol. And it's sent back by Lopez. And here's Middleton. And the wide open shot from Bledsoe. It drops. And oh, that was an enormous three-pointer.
So much riding on that shot. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
44 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Maverick, guarded by Bledsoe. It's good from beyond the arc.
That's one of those clutch shots he's known for. When the pressure is high, he seems to be the most locked in.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. They're trailing by 3. 34 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
Yeah, and looking at how much time they have, I think it's likely we'll see them try to get a good look and score quickly.
To the right side. Count it!
It's just another thing to love about Bledsoe. He is underrated in the clutch.
This is a huge possession.
And this is where all the hard work pays off. You have to be able to execute under pressure.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Count it!
A big moment means it's my moment. Marc Gasol, close it out.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. They're down by 3. 16 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Now here's Matthews. And Giannis throws it down.
Well, nice job by Wesley Matthews to read the defense and put it on time and on target.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a three-point game.
Big-time free throws there. That could be the difference. It forces them now into a three-point attempt.
Gasol with the steal. And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
First free throw is good, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. So it gets them both, and it's a 5-point game.
Well, what a performer this guy is. Game is on the line. He stands up and delivers.
And so it's the Raptors winning this one. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother them. I mean, road team, home team, all I know is they were the better team.
Well said. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Tonight, it'll be the Philadelphia 76ers going up against the Toronto Raptors. Taking a look at Toronto, these guys have been rolling. They know this is not your throwaway game.
What a fantastic look at this. Time for a quick pregame report. That being said, they certainly can. Well done, DA. Thank you. And here's a look at some numbers for Simmons.
He stepped up his game on the glass big time this month. His numbers are outstanding, but even if the numbers weren't there, his activity in the paint has been incredible. His hard work is paying off, and they want more of the same from that young man.
Here are the 5 for the Raptors. Siakam at power forward with Gasol at center. Maverick out there with Mr. Clutch, and it's Powell in at the 3. And for the 76ers, the talented combo up front, Horford and Embiid. Then there's Ben Simmons. Then it's Josh Richardson, and it's Thibault in a shooting guard. The shot from the low post is good. Tonight, the last game, Chris, of the regular season. Looking ahead to the playoffs, what can we expect as broadcasters, fans? What can we expect?
Oh, man, we can expect what we love, and that's competition. That is guys getting after it. It is a new season. Everyone is rejuvenated. Even if you're tired and you're hurt and you're limping out there, you have a different mind frame. It is time to go now. And after seeing the playoffs last year and seeing who got to win that trophy, oh, man, you know these guys are ready to go. They've been waiting the whole year for this. So the intensity is going to be up.
I love it. And watch out, you don't bring the whole basket down on top of you, young fella.
I don't think he ever wanted to let go of the rim. Here's Maverick. Down it goes for his 3rd basket in as many tries.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, that's because he's getting his number called early. I mean, he's doing his part to help carry the offensive load.
And the dunk by Embiid.
What a finisher Embiid is. He's a pro at not letting the defense dictate to him.
Here's Maverick, and it's blocked by Simmons. Passes it to Embiid. The basket good off the assist from Simmons.
That's what I'm talking about. That's a perfect 4-for-4 start for them. Now they're just getting all the shots they want.
Here's Maverick, outed by Simmons.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on him.
And guys, it's clear, though, he enjoys showing off his athleticism. The D can't give him these opportunities.
Here's Thibault. Moves back up, and he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Such muscle on the glass. I like watching him get into position and use his strength to his advantage.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
In examining his numbers this season, we can see that he's been an exceptional free throw shooter, right around 85.
And Chris, as skilled as he is offensively, he's something overlooked Joel Embiid's defensive impact.
Yeah, Kevin, he's the centerpiece of their defense. He's an outstanding rim protector, and he moves great for a player his size.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Richardson the pass to Horford. Richardson against Powell. It's tipped, and it's out of bounds. The 76ers able to retain possession here. Now here's Simmons. He's tightly guarded. 4 on the shot clock. And the foul called on Pascal Siakam. That's his first foul. Tobias Harris is checked in for Richardson. And Toronto also making a switch. Ibaka is checked in. We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Pass to Horford. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Here's Maverick. And oh, he just jams it right over Ben Simmons. Wow.
Oh, that's an old-fashioned rim wrapper.
Just a remarkable jam. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now. Here's Thibault. He's coming off a 16-point game against New York.
And how about the block shots, guys? I mean, just overpowering on the defensive side. Really, he was the intimidator.
Great D. Simmons, the passing skills of a point. At 6'10", he can see the whole court.
Trying to get open is Ibaka. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
Somebody came to play tonight. 6 out of his first 7.
Pass to Thibault. And here is Harris. Horford trying to free himself up. Harris's shot is good.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Here's Maverick. Count that one as his 7th make in 8 attempts. A scorching 88%.
Only 1 miss in his first 8 attempts. Coming out of the gate strong.
Count that one.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
So timeout called here. The first for Toronto. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
They shot the lights out from deep. Really stretched out the defense in that one.
Nowadays, the three-point shot is huge. They were on fire from outside.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Kyle O'Quinn is checked in for Joel Embiid, and it's Scott in for Al Horford. Then for the Raptors, OG Anunoby comes in for Pascal Siakam. Hollis Jefferson subbed in for Norman Powell. The Raptors shooting their first free throws of the game. Just when you look around the NBA, which player most emulates the style and approach that you have? You were special. So you've got to have a very special category for this one.
Well, thanks, Ken. That's flattering. I like to be in the categories with these guys because I'm such fans of them. But Blake Griffin, I think about him, and also Joel Embiid. The fact that Embiid can shoot out on the floor, he can space up, but in the post, he likes to go to work as well. I just think he gives you such a mix of offensive moves that you can't stop. That as a defender, you're always worried and on guard and looking over your shoulder because you don't know what he's going to hit you with because he has so many options.
But in my mind, there's only one Chris Webber. So it's Philadelphia now after the Raptors pick up 2. It's stolen by Ibaka. One-on-one here. Here's Anunoby, and the layup's good off the glass.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
Yeah, Greg, it's a seesaw battle. Both teams are pretty evenly matched, and the score reflects that.
Here's Simmons.
How can you not love Simmons? I mean, some of the dunks he pulls off are insane.
Here's Maverick. He's got 19. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Six on the shot clock. And he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
Yeah, coaches definitely believe that's the execution he loves to see.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
And so it's Ben Simmons making highlights for Philadelphia. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific... The game is evolving, and Al Horford. And give Horford credit. He adjusted with the times. He didn't stay set, Greg, in his ways.
Yeah, he was always a great mid-range shooter, and he's proven to be a legitimate threat from deep.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly both teams deciding to change it up. So for Toronto right now, Siakam and Ibaka, the duo down low. Mr. Clutch out there with Maverick, and it's Powell in at the 3, the small forward. And they pick up 2.
This is what you love to see. Simmons, so superb at sharing the ball and getting his guys involved.
And this summer, a 5-year, $170 million max contract extension for Ben Simmons. The Sixers didn't want to give him any cause to look elsewhere. A great talent, but the hope with that kind of money is that he'll develop that jump shot.
And he's going up for the alley-oop. And stolen by Simmons. And there's the call on Maverick. That is his first foul of the game. Embiid against Ibaka. That one's good, and the Raptor lead is cut down now to just 5 on the basket from Joel Embiid.
What amazing strength. Look, I love how Embiid fights his way through whatever the defense throws his way. They couldn't have asked for much more from him today. He's been a key force in their offense.
Horford against Siakam. The pass to Simmons. Count that one. Simmons got 15 points.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Embiid with the steal. And now here comes Simmons leading the break. 1:27 left in the first half. Here's Harris. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got 6 assists now in the game.
Well, I'll tell you what, Harris is a solid mid-range shooter. And he feels comfortable from there.
Here's Maverick. He gets that one. Maverick's got 7 now in this quarter. Here's Harris. He's coming off a 16-point game against New York. Pass to Horford. Here's Thibault. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
And they've gotten away from the inside game this quarter. It was working well for them in the first. They should get back to that game plan. Work it inside and punish the D down low.
Hollis Jefferson's checked in for Mr. Clutch.
2 for 1, probably the way to go.
Yeah, I imagine that's what they're thinking. You have to maximize the possession.
And the rejection by Embiid.
Well, you got to be careful around Embiid. When he's around, he's capable of coming up with these blocks.
And there's a whistle, and that's going to go on Simmons. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Maverick. 28 points for him. 6 to shoot. And there are the Raptors with another bucket.
And with the game he's having, there's no doubt he'll be the guy they lean on to protect the lead.
And Simmons slams it in.
Like whenever Simmons finishes with power off the drive, he'll make a post.
Here's Maverick, guarded by Simmons. From deep, 3-point. Got it!
No.
Got it! What a
Come
shot!
on, no way.
Wow! And so it's the Toronto Raptors with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. Their shooting has been the big key.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every. The first quarter for the Raptors was fairly even. Nothing seemed to give way on either side of the scoring column. Thanks for joining us, folks. We're
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. It's been one outstanding game for Maverick.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Yeah, working the ball, getting clean, quality looks. I mean, just efficient basketball through and through.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. And so in the game for the 76ers, the talented combo up front, Horford and Embiid. Then it's Josh Richardson. Then there's Ben Simmons. And it's Thibault in at the shooting guard position. Ben Simmons gets the bucket.
Terrific at penetrating inside. The mobility Simmons possesses at his size, amazing.
And coming into this season, questions about whether the Sixers could retain their star players. Well, Greg, they shuffled the decks, but they still have great talent.
Swapping in Al Horford for Jimmy Butler, Josh Richardson for J.J. Redick. The Sixers still in the mix to come out of the East.
Embiid with it. He's got 9. And Simmons slams it in.
Demonstrating how fast he is. Simmons enjoys going up to hammer home that alley-oop.
Toronto working the ball around now. Pass to Maverick. Toronto needs to get off a shot from 15 feet away, and the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. And some changes here for the 76ers. Kyle O'Quinn comes in for Joel Embiid, and it's Scott in for Al Horford. OG Anunoby's checked in for the Raptors. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Thibault, the pass to Simmons. A stupendous finish in traffic. Simmons got 23 points.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Here's Mr. Clutch, and there are the Raptors with another bucket.
How's that for a start? Good on all 3 attempts so far in the second half.
Knocked loose. And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession. And Philadelphia making a change here. And this is checked in. And the Raptors also making a change. Johnson, he's checked in for Pascal Siakam. Gasol against Simmons. Rejected by Gasol.
Got to be wary of Gasol. I mean, he's good at using his length to turn away shots.
And he comes up with the deuce. Mr. Clutch has got the lead up to 8 now for the Raptors.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Simmons looking it over from downtown, and there's Ennis on the assist by Simmons. Ennis has got 6. Out-of-play rejections in the playoffs last year. In fact, the highest in 3 decades. Seems like tensions, just with the officials, are still escalating.
Well, yeah, the relationship between the players and the referees, it's always an ongoing process, and it's definitely getting better. But last year we had the highest number of new referees in the history of the NBA. And so you're going to have a growing pains when you have younger guys and understanding the culture of the league. But I like the way that we're going, and some of those rejections were warranted. Some of them weren't. I just look at that year as, that just happened. Let's see what happens. I'm not going to hold players and referees accountable to last season. I think we need a little bit more context before we make a decision on player ejections and flagrants and things like that. Just a little more research.
Harris kicks to Simmons. Pass to Ennis. And there's the call on Maverick. That's foul number 2 for him. The Raptors making a switch here. Hollis Jefferson's checked in. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Simmons. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Now just a 3-point Raptor lead. So it's Toronto now. Here's Maverick. He has 35. And the pass to Ibaka. Pass basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
Jonah Bolden's checked in for Philadelphia. For Toronto, they have gone 4 for 5 from the charity stripe in this one up to now.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
The 76ers trail by 6. Ennis kicks to Simmons. On the wing, Scott. Bolden passes to Ennis. Shot clock at 6. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
And, you know, he's not usually the guy to break out the crossover. Worked for him that time, but I'm not sure I would be doing that consistently.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Raptors leading by 4. Here's Maverick.
Did you see that?
And that one is hammered home.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime. Here's Harris, and the 76ers tack on 2 more.
This speaks to the assertiveness of Harris. Shots like this demonstrate how effective he can be.
Toronto calls timeout. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up. This team really feeds off of one another in terms of their energy.
Yeah, it's taking on a different feel since the break. You can see how many more hustle plays are being made.
Maverick, it's good. Mavericks got 6 here in this quarter.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And Simmons slams it in.
Once Simmons turns on the Jets, there's no stopping him. I love seeing him play with this much confidence.
Here's Maverick, guarded by Simmons. Basket counts. 41 points for Maverick.
Oh, it's scary because he's just been a matchup nightmare in this game. He's eaten up anybody they've thrown at him.
27 seconds left to play in the third. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Al Horford, he's checked in for Jonah Bolden. For Philadelphia, they have had 7 opportunities at the free throw line and made good on 5 of them. Toronto's gone 5 of 8 from three-point land. 15 points and a deep ball for them tonight. Here's Maverick, guarded by Simmons. And that one drops. Mavericks got 43 points.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
And that's why they're running plays for him. They're getting him the ball and letting him go to work.
Here's Embiid. The putback.
You can't let Simmons roam free on the offensive board. He's adept at burning the defense with his athleticism.
And don't go away. We'll be right back. Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. And Simmons has got the ball here for Philadelphia. They trail by 1. On the court for Toronto to start the fourth. Siakam and Ibaka, the duo down low. Maverick up. And stolen by Siakam. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
And that's enormous, guys. With time winding down, goes for the steal and then off to the races.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
And those those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
And they have certainly been looking locked in offensively.
They sure have, staying aggressive and playing under control.
Here's Mr. Clutch, guarded by Harris, and it's good, 2 points.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It's a lazy effort. Let's just be honest. Hoping the shooter misses, that doesn't constitute defense.
And Simmons kicks to Harris. Lock at 6. The 76ers need to get off a shot. Here's Embiid. Good. And Harris gets the assist. Embiid's got 5 points now this quarter.
Did you see the no-look pass by Harris right there? I mean, he's a wing that knows how to move the ball.
Passes to Mr. Clutch. Pass to Maverick. Here's Mr. Clutch. To the inside, and it's sent back by Horford.
But you can't be careless around Horford. Throw up a weak shot around him, he'll send it back.
Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. From 11 feet away, that one off the back iron and out. The Raptors have gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. That's going to be over and back, not watching for the line that time.
And if you really want to make things hard on yourselves, this is exactly how you do it. Turnovers on back-to-back trips down the floor.
Thibault, the pass to Embiid. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. And Simmons kicks to Richardson. Just 5 to shoot. To take the lead. Drops in the tray. And the 76ers lead by 1. There is just no way to tell who is going to pull this one out.
When you've had this many lead changes, you're looking to see which one of those plays is going to be a momentum swinger.
Toronto calls timeout. And Simmons really making a difference here.
He's been a thorn in their side all game. They'll probably use this timeout to change up their D. The system there and now, it just isn't getting it done.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Ben Simmons.
Yeah, and his performance has been a jaw-dropper. He must have been feeling great coming into the building tonight, because once he hit the court, it was all working for him. He was in a zone.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, guys. During the last timeout, I listened to Nick Nurse talk to his team. He said, I love how we're shooting the basketball. You guys have been locked in from 3. Just keep taking makeable shots. If you don't have it, pass it to the guy who does. Kevin?
Powell, the pass to Maverick. Bangs home the trifecta. Mavericks got 13 points in the second half.
Yeah, and such a clutch shooter. I mean, he lives with a big shot, and when he's rolling like this, watch out.
Embiid dishes to Richardson. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Richardson's got it all tied up now for the 76ers. And there's a minute 45 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Maverick, guarded by Simmons. In the corner, Powell with it. Out of bounds. It'll be 76ers ball.
Oh, what a time to turn it over. If this game doesn't go their way, we're going to look back on that.
And Philadelphia Philadelphia making a change here. Harris is checked in. Timeout called the 76ers. There's 1:26 left in the game. Here's Feibel. Pass to Embiid. There's the pass to Richardson. Just 4 to shoot. From 13. That one doesn't go. Now Toronto takes it the other way. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. Now here's Simmons. He's guarded closely. Inside, Embiid. It's good!
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
That's why they put the ball in his hands. They know they can count on him to make crucial shots.
Here's Maverick, guarded by Simmons. Gets the 3 to fall.
Fantastic bomb there, just especially against the taller defender.
Rejected by Gasol, but he gets it back. It's in!
Demonstrating how valuable he is in the clutch. Simmons is calm, cool, and collected in these moments.
Here's the 3. Again, what an avalanche!
And he's up to 52 points.
Yeah, making a GA look all too easy right now. And Philadelphia calls time here. They're trailing by 2. 20 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Big chance here to tie it with a bucket.
Or they could take the lead if they play for the 3. Interesting decision.
Al Horford checked in for Harris. Feibel, the pass to Simmons. Oh, wow, a huge basket to tie the game. Simmons got 33.
Sometimes, there's nothing you can do on defense. Simmons is very good at converting inside.
Right between the eyes.
Well, and this has been their strategy throughout the fourth period. We'll see how it pans out.
Well, as long as they're hitting like this, how can you blame them? They're on the tear.
And so the big win by Toronto in a tight game. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled
Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Tonight, we'll be watching the Indiana Pacers playing against the Raptors in Toronto. For the Raptors, the top seed.
The bustling financial district here in Canada's largest city. We're coming to you from Toronto. Welcome, everyone. The regular season is in the books. The battle for the East begins. Round one, game one. You better believe it. Outstanding, David. Thank you. Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. Oladipo is the 2 with Warren playing small forward. Turner is out there with Taj Gibson, and it's McConnell in at the 1. And for the Raptors, Anunoby and Siakam in at the forward swap. Maverick out there with Mr. Clutch. And it's Gasol at the 5, patrolling the paint. And so off the tip, it's Toronto. Here's Maverick. He's covered by McConnell. Chalk up 2 there.
Just the first good move in a game of chess between these two coaches.
Strategy is going to be a big part of the outcome tonight. We'll see which team dictates the style of play.
Now the pass to Oladipo. Lets it go from 11. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Here's Maverick. Ball's knocked loose. Turner with the steal. And up the court come the Pacers on the break. And there's Oladipo on the assist by Warren. Oladipo's got his second bucket.
And this is the attack mindset you want to see coming into the game.
Get your better scores, some easy looks so they can start to establish themselves.
Hey, dunks aren't always for the big fella.
A serious power move from the point.
Forget just landing in. He wanted to make a statement.
And stolen by Siakam. This is it to Mr. Clutch. Here's Maverick from beyond the arc and then some. Maverick's got 7 points in the game.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
It makes sense, right? You're trying to get off to a fast start, and he can help with that.
They get a hand on it. Fast break Toronto for the finish.
Did he go way up for that one?
You might get in trouble if you blow that. He nailed it.
He did, didn't he? It's worth the risk when the payoff is so good.
At least on an entertainment level, even if you're rooting against him.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. Back to Gibson. 5 to shoot. Pass to Turner. And he gets it to go from the corner. So it's Toronto now. It's a 5-point game. Here's Maverick, and that one, good. He's got 13.
Well, not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Pass to Turner. Oladipo outside. To the middle. Here's Warren. Good, and it's Oladipo up the assist.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Toronto working the ball around now. Here's Anunoby. And again, Toronto with the triple.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
So the Pacers called timeout, their first of the game.
And coaches looking to seize every advantage, maximize every possession.
Critical part of the game. You have to be flexible. You have to be able to adjust what you're doing.
Some changes for Toronto. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Gasol. Monday Hollis-Jefferson comes in for Pascal Siakam. And Norman Powell subbed in for OG Anunoby. Now, here's Brogdon. Oh, that's blocked. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. Here's Maverick. And again, Toronto with the triple.
And he's off to a phenomenal start here tonight, guys.
And so it's Lamb with it. He brings it up for the Pacers. They trail by 11. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. And there's the pass to Hollis-Jefferson. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
Here's the teardrop, and he gets the bucket.
They're going to have to come up with a better matchup. This guy just too much speed.
Toronto with the ball. They're on a 19-6 run. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. It's going to go on Sabonis.
And you can see their strategy coming in. They want to control the paint.
This is my type of approach. Get some high percentage looks. Then later, you can play inside out.
We've got 1:28 left to play in the first. And here is Lamb. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. It's Brogdon on the wing. Teardrop shot, and it's good on the way in.
Oh, such a field shot there, the floater.
Toronto leading by 12. Here's Maverick. He's got 19, and he dunks it down.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
They established the pace. They made shots. This is why they're way out in front.
And there's the call on Maverick. That's his first foul. There's 53 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Lamb with the ball. Brogdon outside. 6 to shoot. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
And they've done a nice job controlling the defensive backboard to start this game. And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
They came in prepared, focused, and really jumped on the other team early.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. To Lamb. Deep. Rebound by the Raptors. Here's Mr. Clutch. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
The reason why they stayed aggressive, and they have not let up this entire...
And so it's the Toronto Raptors with an 18-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We'll return shortly. A new group in now for the Raptors. Marc Gasol has checked in for Ibaka. Pascal Siakam comes in for Rondae Hollis-Jefferson. OG Anunoby's checked in for Johnson. The Mavericks subbed in for Powell. Siakam at power forward with Gasol at center. Mr. Clutch out there with Maverick. And it's Anunoby in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto.
Capable of making shots, Marc Gasol able to do everything you want at that center position.
Outside Gibson. He dishes it to Oladipo. Back to Gibson. And here's Warren for three. Knocks down the three ball. Warren's got 9.
Building off a solid first quarter, he's been lights out here in the second.
Here's Maverick. Pass to Mr. Clutch. Good. Nice job down low. He's got 12.
Continuing to stoke the fire, his shot making has been absolutely superb.
Pass to Oladipo. Oladipo draws the double. Here's McConnell. Good, and it's Oladipo picking up the assist. Oladipo's got 3 assists in the game. Raptors leading by 23. Here's Maverick. 21 points in the game. And that's a foul called on T.J. Warren. That is his first foul of the game. And here are the Raptors now. Pass to Mr. Clutch. Here's Maverick, guarded by Oladipo. Shot clock at 6. Here's Maverick.
Yes. Here he comes, and there he goes.
Oh, look at him punish that rim. And Turner kicks to Oladipo. 1:35 left now here in the second. Turner dishes to Oladipo. And again, it's the Pacers from deep.
This is the shot you want to get him. An open look from range.
Oh!
No, he didn't.
And that one is stuffed right through.
And that's a special play coming from the one spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow!
It just shows you the versatility. This guy can do a lot of different things for you. Woo-wee!
Here's Warren. Tips it up, and Turner stays with it. Turner's got his second basket.
The uncanny ability to time the tip in. He does this night in and night out.
And he takes that one up and powers it through.
I mean, he's just been brilliant today, guys, and it was the same exact story last time out.
McConnell passes to Turner. 35 seconds left in the first half. Some nice passing here by Indiana. No problems knocking that one down. McConnell's got 5 points in the quarter.
Where was the D there? No one was covering the open man.
Here's Maverick. Good.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
And Oladipo kicks to McConnell. Here's the pass to Turner. Outside Warren. From deep three-point. Wow! Huge buzzer beater.
I did not think he was going to get that off in time.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the shot clock, ending the quarter the right way.
And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Round 1 action of the playoffs continuing on 2K Sports. For the Raptors, boy, have they ever started this series off on the right foot. They've thrown down the gauntlet here in Game 1 with their intensity and effectiveness on both ends of the floor. Now, they've got a little bit of an intimidation factor going into the second half. And taking a look at the Raptors, Kenny, what did you see out there?
Well, their field goal percentage is a number that jumps off the page. May I say it, Shaq-like. Seriously.
And that's all we have for now. Tell the folks goodbye, Shaq.
And we're with you again as our round one coverage continues. It's been one outstanding game for Maverick.
The burst he's had when going at the rim has been fantastic. A lot of strong finishes through 2 quarters.
His activity level has made an impact, and he is fearless.
And on the floor for Nate McMillan starting the second half. Oladipo is the 2 with Warren playing small forward. Taj Gibson is out there with Miles Turner, and it's McConnell in at the point guard position.
Yeah, he's kicking himself. No defenders to be found in that mid-range area.
Foul in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him. It's going to be on Victor Oladipo. For Toronto, they have shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4. Indiana's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. Now McConnell. And there's the call on Maverick. That's foul number 2 for him. And the Pacers with possession here. Here's McConnell. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. McConnell's got 7 points. The 19-foot shot, and there are the Raptors with another bucket.
These are big buckets. He's been instrumental in helping them try to close out this game.
Passes it to Warren. Outside Turner from the arc, and the Pacers another 3.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Here's Maverick. He's covered by McConnell.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
That's a big-time move and a big-time finish.
Oladipo taking his time here. To the paint. Here's Warren. Good. And it's Oladipo picking up the assist. Oladipo's got 4 assists now tonight.
3 out of 4 coming out of the half. Showing good execution on the offensive end.
Got that one up quick. 35 points for Maverick.
And when you get this kind of shooting from him, 100% from the field, they're going to be tough to beat.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over.
Yeah, just looking to tighten up their defense in the paint. They've got to be better.
It's a matter of want to. Helping out, contesting shots. You have to want to make the effort.
Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for the Raptors. Johnson comes in for OG Anunoby. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Leaf checked in for Gibson. Justin Holiday comes in for T.J. Warren. Lamb, he's checked in for Oladipo. And Malcolm Brogdon subbed in for T.J. McConnell. A floater, and the layup is good. And that's now 6 points for Malcolm Brogdon.
Everything going to plan here to start the third. 80% shooting thus far.
Against Turner. To the wing on the left. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
Putting consistent pressure on this defense. Just the threat of him out there makes this offense work.
Knocks it loose. Now the Raptors moving it up. Here's Mr. Clutch. Oh! That is just nasty.
He almost got too much air on that one.
Yeah, the man can fly. What a show.
Never underestimate the creativity of these guys. They've turned dunking into an art form.
Sabonis, he's checked in for the Pacers. The Pacers shooting their first free throw of the night. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Pass to Maverick. Brogdon comes over to help. Kicks to Johnson. Shot clock at 5. Now the pass to Mr. Clutch. Out of bounds. Indiana takes possession.
Boy, if you're the coach, you hate to see that kind of miscommunication between your guys.
And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for the Indiana Pacers. Brogdon the pass to Leaf. And a great assist by Brogdon as that one goes in. And the Raptors call time here.
And coaches looking to seize every advantage, maximize every possession.
Critical part of the game. You have to be flexible. You have to be able to adjust what you're doing.
Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Here's Maverick. He's guarded by Brogdon. Passes it to Maverick. Here's Mr. Clutch. Raptors moving the ball around. Here's Siakam. And it's good for 2. Siakam's got 5 points so far.
These are the looks this offense is designed to generate. Siakam deadly close to the rim.
Lamb finds Brogdon. We've got 1:48 left in the third quarter. Indiana needs to get a shot off. Lamb, and the Pacers another 3.
That's a shot the defense looked like it was willing to give up. Big mistake.
Raptors leading by 19. Here's Maverick. He has 35. Floats it up there for Siakam. And Siakam throws it down.
This is the modern day big. Siakam can stretch you out and can hurt you right at the rim.
Pass to Brogdon. 1:05 left in the third. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
And so far, going for more of an inside presence here in the second half, getting away from the three-point shot.
And the Raptors with some changes. Hollis Jefferson comes in for Stanley Johnson. And it's Powell in for Mr. Clutch. And a change for the Pacers. Victor Oladipo, he's checked in for Justin Holiday. Here's Maverick. He's guarded by Brogdon. Shot's good by Ibaka.
Something that's really evolved for Ibaka. The ability to absorb contact while maintaining control.
Brogdon outside. A wide open look here for Oladipo. And a great assist by Brogdon as that one goes in.
That's the pass you want. Orchestrating the offense, creating for others.
And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Raptors have gone 4 for 5 from the charity stripe in this one up to now. And he makes the first. Marcus Gasol is checked in for Toronto. And the Pacers also making a change. T.J. Warren, he's checked in for Leaf. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Pacers trail by 19. Pass to Warren. And it's out of bounds. The Raptors will take it the other way. Toronto leading by 19. Here's Maverick. 37 points for him. Oh, tried to dunk it home, but drew the foul, and he'll go to the line.
Yeah, nice, strong finish there. Nearly a three-point opportunity.
3 trips to the line so far for him in this one. The first free throw is good.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Good on both. Powell against Oladipo. Outside Gibson. Brogdon right side. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Brogdon's got 10 points here in the second half. Well, through 3/4 of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. The Raptors out in front, up 19. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Execution. This is what you practice every day. These guys are professionals. Beautiful play.
playoff round one. Thanks for joining us as we get back to the action on the court. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. So for Toronto right now, they've got Marc Gasol. Hollis Jefferson is out there with Ibaka. And there's Maverick, and it's Powell in at the 2 spot. It's Brogdon on the wing. The 3, and Indiana, another 3.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Up their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triple.
Here's Maverick. It's blocked. Warren against Ibaka. And Warren, here we go. Count it.
I like what he's doing here. Terrific efficiency scoring the basketball.
Raptors leading by 17. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Here's Maverick, and then jammed down as he goes right over Taj Gibson.
My goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
This building is stunned. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there. Sabonis kicks to Oladipo. Down low, here's Warren. Good, and it's Oladipo picking up the assist. Oladipo's got 5 assists tonight.
Efficient performance from him. Not the case for everyone else on his team.
Here's Maverick. Banked in off the glass. Maverick's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
This is what happens when you start to break your opponent's spirit. The resistance is no longer there.
Buries it down low. Maverick's got 45 points.
It's just hard to believe that someone can perform at such a high level. They've got to thank him for this lead.
Oladipo draws the double. For 3, Brogdon. Basket number 8 is all good. He's attempted 12 shots.
You know he's pulling his weight, but they still find themselves behind.
Toronto calls timeout. Some changes for Toronto. OG Anunoby's checked in for Gasol. And it's Mr. Clutch in for Norman Powell. Indiana also making some changes. Turner's checked in for Sabonis. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Oladipo. Anunoby passes to Maverick. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. There's Mr. Clutch. He's covered by Warren. Bucket is good. That's now 22 points for Mr. Clutch.
And they've worked the ball around so well tonight for those quality looks from mid-range.
Here's Maverick. Oh, yes. Goodness. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And guys, that's not as easy as he made it look. You've got to have some skill. To pull that off.
Well, he's got plenty of those, that's for sure. Brogdon outside. Gibson finds Brogdon. 6 on the shot clock, and there's the call on Maverick. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. On the wing, Turner, defended by Ibaka. And here's Brogdon from the arc, and the Pacers another 3.
I don't know what Coach told him at halftime, but he is shooting the lights out right now.
Here's Maverick trying to get open as Ibaka, and it's good, 2 points. Maverick's got 49 points in the game.
Well, this is what you're trying to do. Put the game away.
And he's doing it by getting to his spots and making big shots.
And he knocks down the first one. Brogdon hits them both. Raptors leading by 19. Here's Maverick, and another one falls. That gives him 51.
Making it look easy. Dunks aren't always for the big time.
A serious power move from the point.
Forget just laying it in. He wanted to make a statement.
The pass to Warren. Now Brogdon. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pulls from the top of the key, and the Pacers can't get it to go.
Missing that one helps out all the analytical guys from the mid-range. Beautiful location on the pass, as usual. Led his man perfectly.
And so it's McConnell with it. He'll bring it up for Indiana. He kicks to Turner. Outside Warren. Back to Turner. Over to the left wing. McConnell passes to Warren. It's good. Warren's got 20 points.
A tremendous boost for these guys as this game winds down and what will be a win here in game 1 of the series for the Raptors.
As one-sided as it gets today, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Maverick.
You have to appreciate the unselfishness. He kept the ball moving, kept everyone involved really enjoyable to watch.
On the heels of this run, you wonder where was this effort earlier on?
Well, the question becomes, are they playing that much better now, or has their opponent taken the rest of the night off?
Passes it to McCaw. Now, here's Thomas. Shoots it, and he hits the jump shot.
Taking no chances. They go on one last run to seal the deal.
Not messing around at all. They were focused, relentless, and they got the job done.
Here's Sumner. Pass to Leaf. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. So Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. A pretty good feeling right now for them to be out in front like this in the series.
Kevin, momentum so critical, and they'll want to ride this wave into game 2.
Well, that'll do it for now. And you can join us during this first round of the Eastern Conference playoffs. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time